Pupco Studios in Oklahoma City. This is an OSU update with John Helsley. I'm Jenny Carlson. John, it's basketball season. Unbelievably, but it is. About 10 days until the first real live game for the Cowboys, but they played one of those behind closed doors scrimmages here recently. What do we know about that?
Well, we know a little bit. This year, the NCAA is allowing some information to come out. They played Louisiana Tech, the team they played in the all-college and beat last year, but a team that went on to win 29 games, matched a school record for wins. They played at the American Airlines Center in Dallas. They were able to play there free of charge, so that was a good thing, I think, for both teams. And Cowboys, sounds like, played pretty well. Phil Forte had a big day scoring. LeBron Nash a double-double. Some other guys played well. So the returns from that were pretty positive.
Well, and people will get a chance to see the Cowboys for themselves on Friday night, an exhibition game coming up. What'll you be watching for in that game?
I'll be kind of watching a couple of things. It's a game against Missouri Western, so not a big name opponent by any stretch. But Anthony Hickey, the new point guard, I want to kind of see how he runs the show, how he kind of takes control of the team, and is he a floor general? I want to see who that number 5 guy is. We know the first 4. Michael Cobbins, Ryan Nash, Phil Forte, and Hickey. Who's going to be that 5 guy? Is it Leighton Hammonds, Jeffrey Carroll, Mark Suchek's been getting a lot of play so far in the preseason? Who is that guy?
Well, and then as we mentioned before, real live games coming up Friday and Sunday. They sort of bookend that Texas football game. Is there a good chance for the Cowboys to get off to a positive start this season?
There is a very good chance for that. The early part of the non-conference schedule is pretty soft, and I think maybe a team that's as new as this team is needs that. They've got some better games down the road. They play Missouri and Kansas City. They've got some games in Las Vegas. But early on, they have a chance to maybe build some momentum and try and get some positives going.
Lastly, you mentioned Phil Forte having a big day in that behind closed doors scrimmage. What can we expect out of him? I mean, he's long been known as Marcus Smart's right-hand man, the guy that was friends with Marcus Smart. But Marcus Smart's gone. Phil Forte now stands on his own. What can we expect out of him?
I think we're going to see some different layers to Phil's game. You're right. Marcus always knew where Phil was on the floor and always seemed to have a knack for finding him, behind the three-point stripe. A lot of talk about Phil Forte working really hard, which is no surprise from Phil Forte, in the off season to try and add a short range jumper, work around screens, maybe add a floater to his game a little bit. It sounds like he did a lot of that in the scrimmage in Dallas, so it'll be interesting to see.
All right, thanks, John. Sure, stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.